Way.
Egon!
What up, guys? Cinema Dan here, coming at you live and loud with Spoiler on the Couch. We are going to be talking about Ghostbusters 2. Oh wait, I'm holding on 4. That's later. So, with that said, guys, actually if you really think about it, if you count answering the reboot, answering the call, so as part of the franchise, that would actually be the 5th film that we're going to be seeing instead of the 4th film. Actually, I don't want to even talk about that. That's too much of a headache.
Right.
So, with that said, theme song.
Ghostbusters. Yes, we're back.
So, gotta say, we already talked about the original, the classic, Not one thing I can think bad about that movie. Now, they come back for their sequel. It was such a hit that they just had to come back as a team.
And the question is, does Ghostbusters work as a duet? Because if you really think about it, we didn't get a new after this film, we didn't get a new Ghostbusters until 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you count the Ghostbusters video game that was actually released on multiple systems, that actually had a script that had the original voice last time the original voice cast was together on a Ghostbusters project. God forbid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We might be talking about that game later.
Well, for now, let's just talk about the second. How they had to bring a whole new style to the movie's original. They brought in slime, and I know that we didn't really talk much about the Stay Puft. Very very classic in the original. But the slime was kind of like the side villain, and there's so many funny scenes with the slime. I mean, like the toaster scene.
The Statue of Liberty, coming to using the Statue of Liberty to actually control the Statue of Liberty, and they're using that NES Advantage controller to control that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Iconic as hell.
Viggo, I gotta say, he was a good villain. I did like Gozer a little bit more, but Viggo.
But this is Viggo.
Viggo was a good villain. I just thought they could have done a little bit better on the villain, but
he didn't have that same feel like Gozer had. Like Gozer had that choose the form of the destroyer,
mm-hmm.
and Viggo is just like possess the baby. Ah!
And how the whole thing starts is just amazing. How they are barred from any activity, being barred from activity. They saved the whole entire city, but nobody knows about it.
Actually, everybody knows about it, but they got their asses sued up the ass from the first movie, and were court ordered to not do ghostbusting anymore.
Mm-hmm. And
you're next, Bubbles. All right. I've seen the order. Case dismissed, sir.
I gotta say, that was one of the funniest scenes when I was growing up. Seeing the courtroom scene was just hilarious.
The Scully brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell them you don't believe in ghosts? I give them the chow.
Mm-hmm. And there's so many funny scenes. I'm not spoiling anything because you guys already know Ghostbusters too. But the Titanic coming in, and then you get the Cheech Marin jump scare in there.
Well, better late than never.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, on top of that, just the grounds alone of just how do you follow up? But I love how they made it. The first one was a little dingy, they had a lot of dark humor in it. You see all the Ghostbusters smoking. This one, they kind of pulled that back a little bit.
Yeah,
they took a lot, because you can see the times are changing, and they were censoring them up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, yeah. a BJ with the ghost is kind of.
Yep, and that was probably one of the biggest things that they like were.
And kids, and you're just, and I could see the parents like, hold up, hold up, hold up. What's this rated? PG? Slap that 13 on there, so help me.
Well, I mean, and the Twinkie scene from the original is iconic, but. And I think about that scene a lot, but the scene that I think about a lot with the second one is when Bill Murray says, "Are you sleeping with the slime?" And he says, "It's always the quiet ones," because Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis don't even say a word.
Oh, good God.
Yep, there's a lot of, like, the whole river of slime underneath New York, like, there's so many good parts about this film, like, most sequels don't do justice to the original, but this is one of the times that the sequel was just as good as the original.
Well, it was good. It's as good as the first one? Not as much, but it was fantastic. And honestly, that's more than you can ask.
It's like the first time you eat spaghetti and you're like, man, this is pretty good. And then the second time you eat spaghetti, it's still good, but it's not like the first time. But, I mean, they're still trying, you know.
Right. Right. And you know what? With that said, what else can we have to talk about? Except this is the second outing for Ghostbusters and all around a fantastic product. I would strongly recommend watching it, even if it's a fantastic watch.
Yep, and it's always good. I always watch the first and second back to back, so.
Oh yeah, you gotta. It's like tradition.
Yeah, it's like it's dinner and dessert. You can't, you know, you can watch one without the other, but you know.
You feel kind of empty inside.
Mm-hmm.
So with that said, this has been Cinema Dan.
Mr. Spoiler.
Thanks for joining us, and we're gonna be answering the call next time. Peace.